What's up, baseball fans? Welcome to the channel. So today I just wanted to talk about all of this labor stuff going on with Major League Baseball and the Players Association. In the last couple of days, Major League Baseball and the Players Association have been having this public dispute over starting the season, and you would think it would have to do with the safety and the health of the players, but it's actually about the money. Back in March, Major League Baseball and the Players Association agreed on prorated salaries, so they would only be paid for the amount of games that they would play. However, Major League Baseball has come back in the last couple of days and proposed a 50-50 revenue split with the players, mainly because there's not going to be any ticket sales, there's not going to be any concession sales, so they're not going to be having as much revenue coming in, so they're trying to reduce the players' pay even more to kind of help balance things out. However, most of the players are not agreeing with this, saying that they should stick to the original agreement of the prorated salaries. And there are players like Snell who came out and said that it's just not worth it, mainly because of their health and the risk they're putting themselves in. So in the last couple of days, I've been doing a lot of reading on this. I've been reading a whole bunch of different opinions, and I'm seeing people on both sides. I see a lot of people supporting the owners, saying at the end of the day, it's a business. Owners need to make money to pay the players. They need the revenue to pay for the rent of the stadium, the employees, and the organization, and so on. I've also read people support the owners because the players are just money hungry and greedy. However, I see a lot of people supporting the players because they're the product on the field for teams in Major League Baseball, and they are what drive the product of Major League Baseball as a whole. I also see people supporting the players simply because the owners are just all cheap billionaires. So what side am I on? Well, I think we need to be supporting both sides. We need to be supporting the players and we need to be supporting the owners. Both the owners and the players need to benefit. So with this proposed 50-50 revenue split, I think the owners, they're gonna have to give a little more than that. Listen, this whole season is whack, but the owners, yes, they got a lot of money. They're gonna need to have to eat a little bit of money if they wanna put a product on the field. On the other hand, I think the players are gonna have to give up a little bit here as well. Yes, they agreed on prorated contracts back in March, but that was before we knew that there were going to be no fans at the games this year. The players need to understand that if there are no fans, there's no ticket sales, there's no concession sales. Those are the two major sources of revenue in any sport. That's how a player's contract gets paid. And yes, I understand there's always risk in giving out contracts. No matter where you work, no matter what kind of work you do, there's always some kind of risk when giving out a contract or just giving someone a job. But without revenue coming in, they're going to need to get that money from elsewhere. And there are a lot of small market teams that might not do well with that. You got the Marlins, the Rays, the Orioles, the Reds, the Royals, all those teams, the Athletics. Those are small market teams that if they're not getting revenue coming in and they're having to pay these players more money than they can actually sustain, then I don't know, you're going to see a lot of problems here. And sure, teams like the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Astros, they can absorb those hits. But could a team like the Rays, the Marlins, the Royals, could they absorb those hits? I'm not really sure. I'm sure teams have filed for bankruptcy in the past that have actually benefited from it. Look at the Expos becoming the Nationals. Look at the Rangers filing for in 2010 and they made the World Series shortly after. Look at the Dodgers when Magic Johnson bought them with his group, and now the Dodgers are one of the top teams in the whole league. I mean, but do you really want 2, 3, 4, 5 teams filing for it? That's not going to be a very good look for Major League Baseball, especially at a time when they're the third best sport in the country. In the end, no matter what side you're on, the player side or the owner's side, we all need to be looking at it from both sides. Yes, the players need to get paid, but the owners need to make sure their organizations are running smoothly. Don't forget, it's not just the players. It's the people that work in the stadiums. It's the people that work in the marketing department. It's the people that work in the front office. It's paying the rent for the stadiums. There's a lot more that goes into running an organization. It's not just the players. And to be honest with you, if I was scheduled to make $20 million that year, and then that turned to $10 million as part of a prorated salary, and then that got cut maybe even a little further to like $8 or $9 million, to be honest with you, I would be okay with that as long as it's helping just these organizations run smoothly, as long as other people are able to get paid. I would be okay with that because at the end of the day, it's a lot of money, and there's a lot of people out there that would take minimum wage at this point. And don't get me wrong, I think the owners need to take care of the players. They are the product on the field. They are what drive their franchises. But I think the players need to lower their guard a little bit here. I think at the end of the day, both sides need to check their egos at the door a little bit. If Major League Baseball ends up being the first sport back here in America, there would be so many more pros to that than cons. For Major League Baseball to be the first sport back in America, you're not only giving yourself benefits for the short term because you're putting eyeballs on the product in a time where a country is just struggling to find normalcy, but you're also giving yourself benefits for the long term. Simply put, if you're the only sport playing, there's a very good possibility that you're going to get a lot more eyeballs on your game. And if you can grow the game, that's only going to help your product long term. And let's be real here, Major League Baseball needs some kind of a spark after a rough offseason. They're already behind the NFL and the NBA in sports in America. After a rough offseason of bad publicity, I mean, come on, they need a spark here. But again, in the end, both sides need to work together here. I don't care what side you support, if you support the players, if you support the owners, we all need to be supporting both sides. We need the sport to come back. I think America needs something right now, and people all over the world need something right now. I say, get your heads together, figure it out, and just get this sport back. But that's just my opinion. Tell me down below in the comments, what do you think? Do you think the owners need to be giving out more money? Do you think the players should take a bit of a pay cut? Tell me down below. Tell me everything you think. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.